Hey, how's it going? It's Man Tomorrow here. Thank you for like, share, comment, subscribing to my channel as well as my Patreon. Let's give people a couple minutes chance to get in here. I changed the title of the show at the last moment because I thought this was a more important issue than what I was actually going to discuss. Give people a chance to come on through because yeah, I don't know about this one, and I don't know where this is going to go. I'm just going to give my opinions on this. Obviously, a subscriber question because I already did a similar stream like this already. So I guess we're just gonna sit back and see. What's going on, new? What's going on, line of MGTOW? What's going on, Discover Defense? What's going on, Black Curls? What's going on, Mike V? Um, uh, uh, uh. Yeah, for this type of stream here, it's kind of different because I think that we should do this type of stream more often because what I honestly think about the situation is it trying to create more failed men? No. But it is creating clones of things that are already successful within the space. I mean, you already know. Black people's always up to some bullshit. They don't want to, business related streams. And if you're not really talking about women or entertainment or rap beef and all that kind of stuff, like nobody really wants to listen. And this is why you don't see people like the people who I see online who make a hell of a lot more money than I do, especially in real estate. Nobody watches their channels. Nobody watches their channels at all. So you have to realize that for the subscriber who asked this question, we had a back and forth, and this is what it kind of turned into. And you have to realize that just like the church, just like most things you come in contact with, people are just here to create more followers of what's already there. You know, that's what it is. And a lot of people put a lot on the manosphere to solve problems in people's lives, and I don't think that's a good focus because the manosphere is what you actually do once you do have newfound information. That's the actual mark of the manosphere itself. I think with the marriage rates going down, thanks to the continued socialization of how bad of a choice it can be once you do that with uncultured women, I think the manosphere is a premier hallmark of that. Most of these bridal shops before COVID-19 clo- closing down, I still think the manosphere is kind of responsible for that too. No jewelry shops, all that kind of stuff can't sell these engagement rings. Again, I think the manosphere is kind of responsible for that as well. But his job is to create failed men. That's a hard one because the failed men are what came to destroy the manosphere in the first place. You have to understand that failed men wanted to take over leadership of the manosphere and actually destroy it. So it was the failed men that came in that wanted to lead the movement. It was the failed men that came in who didn't represent any type of career field who wanted to lead a movement. But you have to understand that college dropouts, fake street niggas and a dude who just quite literally is not going to be doing anything else other than this anytime soon. That's what the leadership model of the space was. So you can't say that it's here to create failed men. Failed men wanted to run the show. But not only did they want to run the show, they wanted to pander to different elements of society that did not belong here. Like, wrenching up older women and bringing them back into the space. That isn't anything that 1.0 did. 1.0 never tried to make channels specifically for helping women bare their soul online so other men can see that they're full of shit. Like, that's not something that 1.0 was doing. All that stuff came with, 2.0. But you have to realize that those people never needed a voice. They never needed another voice. They already got to speak plenty of times already. They had their options to speak with their lives. They had the opportunity to speak. They spoke for the black family already. They spoke with their track record. So you have to realize that most of the things that you see in this space is just a simulacrum of what happens once you get new information. You're only going to see more of what's here. And no matter what, as soon as you get access to new information, you're going to become more of what you want it to be anyway. So I look at the Manosphere like the law of conservation of mass. Matter cannot be created or destroyed, just changed from one form into another. And I think that's what the actual Manosphere actually represents. People did come here for a noble goal. But when you have ignoble people take over a noble goal, it changes into something else. Everybody kind of came here to solve problems, but then people wanted to not solve the problem so that way they could continue to have their voice. And these types of things have destroyed lots of things I've been a part of. People who had this attitude destroyed the church, destroyed the military, destroyed most fraternal organizations, destroyed most police departments. Because you have to realize when you create without order in place first, this is exactly what you get. You get a whole bunch of individuals who want to choose to be on some nonsense whenever they want to, and they want to touch out from the mission. I don't think personally you can control what people do with their time. They're going to do whatever they want to with it. However, failed men is something that people already want to be before they try any of these things that's being talked about within this space. You're already a failed man if you're still talking this internet alpha shit. You're already a failed man. You're already a failed man if you're in your 50s talking about attracting women. You're already a failed man. You're already a failed man if you're Generation X still trying to push this street nigga persona so that way you can look good for the women. You're already a failed man. You're already a failed man if you have to invent new definitions of actual men to act as a culture so women can beat other men over the head with it as the reasons why they were actually dishonest and disgraceful toward the men in the environment. You're already a failed man at that point. You're already a failed man if you want to tune into entertainment rather than use this amazing platform to get your shit together. I'm not saying you have to listen to my stream to do that. You're already a failed man. You're already a failed man if you don't want to be politically competent in the actual country to which you live. You're already a failed man. You're already a failed man if you're talking from the standpoint of being an ex-Muslim, whatever you washed out of. There seem to be a lot of these ex-hardcore religious people around here. You're already a failed man on that front. So you have to realize that most black families don't create successes on a one-to-one scale. They just don't. They create abject failure because the culture is based on failure. Celebrating failure as if you've actually accomplished something. That's what black culture is. Bragging, spending lots of money on things that you're going to do once, as if there's really no actual things at stake. You're already a failure. So you have to understand that. Is this space to create failures right now? I would say no. I think that people follow who they want to follow is because they want to feel comfortable. What's going on, Reasonable Man? And sometimes, well, most times within this culture, being comfortable has a lot to do with running up behind and listening to failures. That's just the way it is at this point. So during the conversation that me and the guy was having, you know, he wanted the space to mean this and to mean that and to mean this and to mean the other things. So I'm like, if you want the space to mean those things, why don't you create a channel to have the actual space be the actual thing that you want to see? What's going on, Johnny Blaze? But the individual, he didn't want to create a channel. So I'm like, look, you're supposed to be this smart guy, right? Creating something that's not there isn't going to move the audience toward where you're at. Again, this place is based on entertainment and all this other stuff. Nobody really wants to move forward because if you move forward, you got to actually practice a lot of discipline. You got to practice a lot of keeping your stuff straight. You got to practice a lot of staying the hell up out of these situations and circumstances. And actually being around these type of people is quite the opposite of being disciplined. So it's like this. You're not going to make somebody all of a sudden have interest in something that they're not about already. Trust me. If a person's an alcoholic, they know how to not be one. If a person is a drug addict, they actually know how to not be one. There are people in other cultures who use YouTube for a completely different thing than what we use it for on average here. I have a separate account set up that I don't associate with the Manosphere at all. So that way I can be fed news stories, things about the transportation industry, things about the military industrial complex, etc. You have to realize that that was a choice of mine to be able to do that. Well, but you have to realize that a lot of people want a mortgage choice and make it somebody else's responsibility to create things and to take seriously on their behalf the things that they can actually do for themselves. I don't think the Manosphere can create any failed man. I think a person's choices creates the failed man. I personally do think that. I think that the actual places where people put themselves in, the associations people have, the things they do within their spare time, that creates the failure or the success for the man. I don't think it's possible for a person anywhere in the country to create a failure. I could think they can help them along the path of where they're actually going, whether success or failure. But can they create failures outright, just out of the blue? I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of things in the space that I don't pay attention to and that I would never subscribe to. Those people know full well what they're talking about here. They know what they're doing. They know that they're a clone of somebody else who's already here, who's probably way better than them. They only just want to put their own personal spin on things. That's all it is. But you have to understand that it was the failed men that wanted to leave. They didn't care about what they created. What they wanted to create was a bunch of followers, and they wanted to be the only voice. So you have to recognize this space is an actual petri dish. I think that the people within this space who are actually actively listening are 5 to 7 years ahead of most people in black society. So I think the split that you see right now is actually going to happen in black America in less than 10 years. It's going to be quite okay to disrespect the shit out of dumb street niggas. I think it's going to be quite okay to disrespect the shit out of older individuals who don't know what the hell they're talking about. I think it's going to be quite okay to disrespect the shit out of people who's not politically aware of their actual environment. I think it's going to be okay with that. Because so many of these people who never chose a side, and so many of these people who intentionally go down this failed path, has actually taken the whole group along with them. And I think that was their active goal in order to do that. Like, these people wanted to come here and they wanted to make failure seem cool. They wanted to come here and make it look like ran-throughs are easy to deal with. They wanted to come here and make it look like being a street nigga have no fucking consequences. I think they came here and they wanted to make it look like talking about entertainment and all this other dumb shit is somehow not based on failure as a man, depending on how you started in the space. That's just the way it is, dude. It's a personal choice. It's very personal. And a lot of people can't really live with that choice, which is why they don't like the scrutiny. Hold on, Magic Matrix. So you have to realize, more than anything else in the world, a lot of these people are here to feel comfortable in the decisions that they made in the past. You can't tell me, in my 3 years of being here in the Manosphere, that there has been more respect paid to actual individuals who did things right. People still respect the fake, reformed, educated Pookie more than they do the so-called dude who has none of that life in this life. And you have to be able to say, that's just the way things are. But there's really nothing wrong with that. Noticing things the way that they are. Also, you get to know that your presence around these things is what makes these things grow. These people wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing if it wasn't successful on some level. Keeping up a whole bunch of nonsense, if it wasn't successful on some level, they wouldn't be doing it. Now, being within these spaces and being around these types of people come with its own drawbacks. But for the most part, most of these people are here are to find more of what they already are. Even if it is a failure, even if it is a fake street nigga, even if it is a dude in his 50s who done wasted his fucking life. They here to make sure that they're not the only one. And that's what broadcast media is about. Broadcasting a net to see who's out there who either agrees with your opinions or who disagrees with it. So what I'm saying is that the manosphere can't create something that's already not within the man itself. If a person comes to this place looking for the ability to better deal with uncultured women, he's gonna find it. Why? That's what he was looking for. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot wrong with this stuff blow up in his face and he act like he didn't know what he was getting himself into. That's where I got a problem. Why I see so-called red pill men going around really wanting to do purple man, pill man type stuff. That's fine too, but just stand where you are and stay there. But there's a lot, even more people who are embarrassed about who they are. And the only thing they want to do is spread their failure to other people. Some knowingly, some unknowingly. Then again, it's still about choice. And there's a lot of people who made that choice, and it really destroyed their lives. but they can't come down and really keep it real with you that that was the case. I was talking to this guy. I asked him about his background. I asked him about, because he tried to get me into this relationship talk. I declined to want to talk about relationships because I don't think these women can be helped. They can only be accepted by lesser men. That's the way I understand the situation. This was his background with these relationships. His mother and father never had a good connection with each other. This is something that he's seen throughout his life. Both of his parents are still alive. Since there was not, or the actual environments to which he was raised, didn't really prepare women to be with the type of guy he was. So he ends up taking a chance on a person he never should have been with. You know how the story goes. Ends up having a child, ends up not being with the mother, ends up in a one-bedroom apartment, ends up watching his child being brainwashed and turned into something that he would never fully endorse. The state doesn't really give a damn about what they think and what they feel, even though this person who he had a kid with is preparing that kid to be the next probably resident of the Federal Bureau of Prisons, most likely. And this was his relationship pattern. And the reason why we had the initial conversation was for him to get a bunch of skills and abilities to put his life in a different zone. Now, once you talk a little bit more to the individual, that's really not what he wanted. What he wanted is he wanted access to better women that he could be able to have another relationship with. Now, I don't see anything wrong with that because guess what? If you're going to want better things, you got to be in a better position because you don't need anything to get the things at the bottom. The only thing you need is game to get the things at the bottom. You don't get things of quality with game. And so that's when the conversation kind of turned into now that I'm him, he's ready to change and that he's ready to listen right now. There ought to be other black men who want to create a space for him to actually succeed. So I'm like, that's a really good idea, but that isn't something that's very practical. He didn't understand what I was saying. I was just simply saying and stating that, look, man, you're trying to make sure that all these people make it. You got to worry about number one. And again, he fell into the powerless man's trap of thinking that he was community minded. I'm like, bro, you can't be community minded without control. You can't be community minded unless everybody got a shared goal. You can't be community minded if you're willing to tolerate the presence of evil. You will never be a community. He began to think that caring a hell of a lot more about people who don't care for themselves put him in a better position to take care of those people. That's where you're wrong. Wasting a lot of time. You can help these people out faster By being a better example. By being a better example of what not to be and what not to engage in, that's how you help these people. All right. This is why I wanted to have this conversation. Now, nobody else say anything in the chat. I want solving the race problem to further clarify his statement. What are you doing? Don't erase the goddamn message. We don't delete motherfuckers' messages over here. Solving the race problem. Could you please re-put your message back in the chat? No. First start with your message first. Because somebody deleted your message. Then we're going to clarify your message. Your message was deleted. So go back and re-put your message back up first. Well, I'll read it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Where are these incels at? What do you mean by incels? Well, actually, what is your definition of an incel? I guess that's a good place to start. Because I don't think there are incels within this space. I think the actual incels are the dudes who claim they got game. That's my actual, that's my actual, the way I think about it. But yeah, that's the way I think about it. I don't think there can be any incels within this space. I think that there's so many people. What's going on, Spiritual Logic? I, I personally think that there's so many people in this space that are willing to bow down or trying to learn better actual things to bow down towards women within this space that there cannot possibly be incels here. There's a whole bunch of ball cells here because the quality's low, because the actual environment is pretty bad for a person randomly going around trying to get with these women, but actual incels to be incels, I don't think that's the case. All right, so this is what the problem is, solving the race problem. You're one of these people who thinks that having access to sex within this horrific environment is going to solve a problem for you. I don't care whether somebody has a sex doll or not. I don't think that really helps or hurt any argument at all. And you have to understand that within a manosphere, people who are talking about actual issues with women about the things that they're actually doing to men within the environment is something that is to be talked about. So you can't possibly think that having more sex within a bad environment is going to stop men from ignoring the actual problems with the women that they are choosing to deal with within the environment. Because all you have to do is meet the conditions of sex within the black environment and you get access, regardless of how you look or regardless of how much money you make. If you have no standards, it's very easy to get laid within the black environment. It's incredibly easy. If you're willing to walk up to somebody, no matter how much they weigh and how much they look, if those are your standards, then you have no problem getting any women within the environment. So I don't think it's a lack of sex problem within the environment that's going to shut guys up. If there was an increase of quality within the environment for men to actually practice on and deal with, that would actually solve the problem. I don't think they're incels. I think they're cells. And I don't think that you can put it on men that they're not going after non-quality women. When do we start holding the women accountable for not being qualified to deal with men within the environment? When do we start calling these women out for not being shit? For real? I mean, we talk about this loyalty to the black family for men. We never talk about the loyalty to the black family for women. Because the only thing we've done here within this environment is we've set the stage for the women to just benefit off the man's actions. She really doesn't have to bring anything to the table. So she can clearly just bet on all horses and just watch them go. And it's up to us to get her off the field. That's why I say you don't solve a problem with sex. You have to understand that giving a woman everything that she wants is not a pathway to your freedom. It's a pathway to her continued control over you, but it's not a pathway to freedom. Because do you think that you would have guys claiming that they got game in their 50s if you think simple sexual access would have solved the entire problem for black America? I mean, because you're not going to be alphaing your way through anything. You're going to get sex within this environment for a pretty specific reason. Because you're going to help her increase or maintain her freedom within the environment. It has nothing to do with you running anything. I've never met men whose problems have been solved by the same women by simply gaining access to them. I just don't think that's the case. Solving the race problem. I said nothing about 300-pound women. I'm not sure why you're concerned about the needs of women. The Manosphere is not about the needs of women. It's not. Let me get back on track because you're just taking this conversation all over the place. But I just don't think that those things are true. Yeah, being with a 300-pound woman, what's that to them? Like, what does that even mean? It has nothing to do with the conversation with bowing down to a woman within the environment. So you have to understand that the new mission is for likes, clicks, views, subscribers, super chats, and cash apps by any means necessary. Get rich or be embarrassed trying. Right now, the current grift is about not understanding the voting system and how votes are tabulated and counted. That's why you got all these experts on voter fraud, but none of these dudes are showing up to court to testify as experts on voter fraud. Because the actual people who's talking about voter fraud can't even bring the evidence of voter fraud to the actual court to which they filed the lawsuit. But then again, a lot of these people are looking to remake themselves within this space because life has pretty much failed for them outside of this space. Solving the race problem. I'm talking about women stepping their game up as in being better choices for men. That's what I meant. So it's really not all this other stuff. In fact, you know what? Let me drop the link and you bring your ass up. So that way we can have a conversation. Because this is too good, some of the stuff you're actually saying. Yeah, man, just come up, come on, so that way we can have a discussion rather than trying to do it in the chat. That's what I'm saying, Lionel MGTOW. No, it always turns into a sexual access conversation for some reason. I don't even think that's important. So it kind of became important because that's how people verified their masculinity. And before people actually knew that that stuff was wrong, they already had a kid in tow. But a lot of people just want men to up their game and don't want women to put in no type of work. You got a lot of men like that too. I'm not sure if he's one of them. But that's just the thing, man. A lot of these guys think that masculinity starts at the mastery of the woman. And I think that's completely wrong. I mean, but a lot of these dudes don't understand that being a bitch ass nigga is fucking unacceptable in a man's face. But at the end of the day, Failed men are only going to create failed men. Successful men are going to want to see more successful men. And there ain't somebody in the middle who's doing worse than you who's going to want better for you. That's just not how that works. A homeless man isn't trying to create more CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. He doesn't have the ability to do that. The only thing he can do is tell you about his previous life, mistakes that he made, and what not to do in the future. Which does help at some certain point, but then again, most of the growth is on the actual individual. And a lot of people really don't want to make that individual effort unless there's group benefit. I agree, Johnny Blaze. Thanks for the 499 super chat. It's always come back to having standards and core values. Yes, but you have to realize that having standards and core values within a black context is going to leave you on the outside of everything. Because having standards and values means that you actually need to be taken down a peg. That's what you have to realize. It's still a personal choice. Because once we get men to start making better choices and decisions for themselves, without the need of having uncultured women around or giving a damn about what they think, it's going to be better off for everybody. Thanks for the $5 super chat, spiritual logic hope. Perfect now is what probably, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm solving a race problem in the chat.
Okay. So,
but I'll listen in. I didn't want to interrupt if you was already saying something. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. We're good. All right. I got some questions. All right. So, what did you mean by the complaints of incels within the space? Like, what does that mean?
I was saying that essentially, as an observer, somebody who's been observing the manosphere, I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a part of it, but an observer. I've noticed people who I would describe as incels, and you ask me, what's my definition for that? An involuntary celibate, an involuntary celibate. Right. I go with the standard definition. I'm not, familiar with anything else, but from my observations, I have seen a lot of behaviors associated with people who would even, in some instances, self-describe as incels. I noticed that the Black Manosphere doesn't have any true defined leadership. It doesn't have any true defined direction.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Let's go with the incel thing first.
No problem.
Do you think that all societies have a problem with incels, like we have it here within okay. So So do you actually think the quality of women within an environment has something to do with the men actually not wanting to deal with them?
Well, for them to be an incel would be them involuntarily doing it. Now, there were men like monks who were saying, I'm abstaining from sex because the quality of woman needs to be better than what it is. And I think you have an argument, but that's simply not what we see.
No, but men are talking about a certain specific thing.
Can I make a comparison?
I think if you can.
If we kind of look at it like a scale and a balance, there's a far more prevalent group of men who is involuntarily not getting any than the men who is voluntarily abstaining from sex because of the quality of the woman. Now, is there a cohort of men that is saying I'd rather see the quality of women before they do? But there's one of them largely outweighs the other. Go ahead.
When do women become so important?
You just asked me a question about women. That's why I was responding.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So So for you to think that there's so many incels within the environment, which I don't believe that there are any. I think black pussy is the easiest pussy to qualify for.
That could be true.
No, it is true. Trust me.
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna argue with you on that. From your experience, that might be true.
yeah. So what I'm saying is that if dude wanted to fuck around with non-quality women, they could go do that shit. It's
I
not
agree.
hard. It's actually it's not an incel. They're actually voluntarily staying away from these women while simultaneously complaining about, well, not, I wouldn't use the word complaining, but citing the true and factual things about the conditions of women within the environment. That doesn't make a person an incel.
So based on your observations, you think that it's more men who are voluntarily abstaining away from it than the men who are just not able
Yes.
to get it.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Now, yeah. Now, from what I've seen and observed, it seems to be the other way around. The reason why I say that is because there's men who who I've heard openly talk about that they are abstaining from semen retention because they don't have those options. I've also heard men talking about the experience.
Okay. What are the percentages here?
Well, when these conversations come up, I would say that
No.
that is the
Not
majority.
conversations. What are the percentages of content creators who exclusively have that? Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to make a low percentage amount of people who may say that kind of qualify for the large amount of people within the space. But I don't think that there's that many people who have that point of view to which you're trying to broad brush over the entire environment. I just don't think that's the case.
Okay, well then let's say that I stand corrected on that. Then let's say that that's wrong. Could
Okay.
we move on to what I think about? Well, that's one observation. Now I could be wrong. You've been in this space longer than I have, so
Yeah.
your perspective on that has merit and has value to me. So my other
Okay.
point was that the Black Manosphere doesn't seem to have any real leadership and or direction. Now, whether or not
Well,
that's necessary is another topic, and the other thing that I'll say that it doesn't seem to have a clear direction. Those are my other two
okay.
disagreements with
Okay.
it.
Okay. So what direction would you respect, or what direction do you think it should have?
A direction that I would like to see black men moving forward to is an emphasis on now this a wide variety, but an
No,
emphasis
I mean
at
it's an
least
open
on
conversation. Go
yeah,
ahead.
an emphasis at least career wise on STEM fields. I'd like to see conversations about that
Okay.
politically.
Okay.
Politically,
Okay, we got
politically,
the
it seems
Black Brain
somewhat
Trust. We got Black Heights. We already got
okay.
people for that.
Yeah, now the Black Brain Trust, I'm familiar with their channel. They don't really put out
Yeah,
content as frequently as some of the other channels,
yeah.
but yeah, I
Black
did subscribe to
Black
that one.
Heights.
Yeah,
Black Heights.
I'm not familiar with that one, but that's one out of many, and it seems to be a
Correct.
lot of foolery. That isn't now. See what you're just doing right there. That's one small group, and I wouldn't paint the whole Black Manosphere with that brush of those two channels that you just
Yeah, yeah,
described. So you just
yeah,
doing the same thing I
yeah. But
did,
what
but
you're saying? No,
I'll
no,
move
no, no,
on.
no, no, no. I'm giving you specifics about
Yeah,
what's
and
already here
right,
within the space
and
that you
now see
claim is
because
not here.
no. I didn't say that it's not here. I'm just saying, like for example, you have incels here, and it's not fair for me to paint the whole Black manosphere as incels based on that. You have black men who are interested in STEM fields here, but it's not fair for me to apply that to the whole Black manosphere. Say y'all are all doing that because that's simply not true. Let's keep it honest. Let's be intellectually honest here.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But people are not coming to the manosphere for STEM fields. They're coming to the manosphere for entertainment.
well, see
That's
that's
what
a
they come
part
to
of
the
the issue.
manosphere. What?
Yeah, now
No,
see
no,
that's
no,
yeah that's
no.
a part.
Because here's the thing. I can't control what somebody else do with their internet connection. I'm part of
Okay.
the manosphere. I am in transportation. I am a leader within my field. I'm very knowledgeable about my field. I make videos about my field. Now, if people don't want to gravitate toward that, I can't make them do that. You know what gets the actual views within this space? Skits about comedy about these dumbass fucking women within this goddamn culture. That's what get the views. What get the views is responding to rap beefs and all that type of shit, lionizing pieces of shit who get shot for no apparent reason, um, talking about what celebrity got screwed over, by one of these loyal women within the environment. That's what this space kind of entails.
Now, see,
So
what the
yeah,
unfortunate thing is, it
yeah.
seems as if it's taken a direction to pander to whatever is popular, as opposed to a leader in this space like yourself, like you just self-proclaimed to
No.
be, stepping up and saying, you know what, we need to be moving in this direction. So this is what
How
I'm
can
going
I
to.
do that if they're not doing it with their own internet connection?
Well, a leader of this space will have to make that decision. A self-proclaimed
How can
leader
a
of that
leader of
space,
okay,
because
okay, okay,
you hold on. I'm not calling you self-proclaimed yourself as that. So I'm
okay, okay.
saying the most productive route would be,
Let me tell you
this
how
is
that's
direction
not
we
going to
need to
work.
move on.
No, no, no,
Well,
no. That's the
well,
direction that you would like to see.
before,
Hold
no,
on
no,
a
no,
second.
before you.
Hold on a second.
Okay, go ahead.
If this is the direction that you want to see, how come you haven't done it yourself?
Because I'm not a leader in this space. I wouldn't even
Okay,
consider myself a
okay,
part of this space.
okay.
I'm an
So you're not a
observer on
part
the
of this
outside.
space. You're an observer
I'm
in
an
this space.
observer. Yeah,
You want to see a specific type of leadership.
because I want to see black men prosper. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you have to realize these people have made a choice about where to put their voice and where to give their dollars to.
Okay.
That's the choice that they've made. So the actual thing that you want to see in black men, they haven't wanted to do themselves. Because like I said before, most of this work is gonna happen once you turn off the goddamn live stream. That's where the work is gonna come in at.
You know, it's almost as if we have all of the tools to make this something great. Like Black Planet, for example, that website Black Planet that had, interpersonal messaging. You could have a page, all this stuff, and they took that concept and turned it into Facebook, a multi-billion-dollar industry, because somebody saw and noticed. Look, you got all of these great elements here. If this is put together and
I know,
branded in the right way, it could be something.
these are
And
all things that you want
that's
to
how
see
I'm
that you
looking at
don't want
this
to
too.
invest
That's
in.
how I'm.
Listen, listen,
Oh,
listen.
okay. Then here's so we can find some common ground. How can
Yeah.
somebody who's observing this and seeing the potential here invest in a something like this?
That's not something that I'm trying to put together. That's not even my idea at all. I'm not trying to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So so all
Well,
the
there you
stuff that
have
you want to
it.
yeah.
Well, there you
Yeah,
have
so
it.
all the stuff that you
Yeah.
want to see the space do is shit you can do yourself. You see, you can't expect
Well,
everybody.
here's
Wait,
the
wait, hold
difference
on, hold
though.
on, hold on. Let me finish. You can't
Okay.
expect everybody to come up with this great idea to help the populace if you're not doing it yourself.
Well, see, I am doing that, and from my
Okay.
scope, I don't have the reach to speak to thousands of black men every day. I don't. I don't have that reach. But people in this space do. So they have
And
a
the
greater
people in this space,
responsibility.
or no,
Yeah.
they don't have a greater responsibility. These people
Oh,
want
it
to talk
does.
about
Absolutely.
no, no.
They do.
These people want to talk about women. That's why the dudes start talking about women, so that way they can get more of the guys who want to listen to dudes who want to talk about women. That's what these dudes are here for.
So you don't consider them having the attention of that many people a responsibility to do the right thing?
No,
Oh,
you,
okay.
you act like principle is something that is a great supply within the black community. It isn't. There's a bunch of dudes who want to up their daggone fucking credit score to keep fucking around with the same women that they pretend that they don't want. That's what's happening within the space. There's nothing wrong with the space. It's becoming more of what it is. The only thing
Which
the
is
space is
which is
being
what?
the only thing the space is being invaded with is the people who never wanted progress in the first fucking place. And they wanted to feel
Hmm.
comfortable where they are. That's what the space has turned. It hasn't even turned into that. The people seen an opening to where there could have been progress, and those are the people who rushed in. Those are the people who paid the super chats that have their voices be heard. That's what happened. They
So
were
then
going
why
to
do
follow the money at some point.
why do you still find yourself in a place like this?
No, I'm still doing exactly what the original mission and the intent of the space was. I
Which was
didn't
to what?
change. My is for it to give analysis of things that are happening within the environment and give people better options on what to do past those things that are happening.
Okay, so would you
And to
agree,
share
or
my experiences, business and otherwise, around accomplishing the same things.
so if I say that the black manosphere has lost its direction, It sounds like we somewhat agree on that then.
No, the
Well,
men
if
who wait, hold on, hold on,
how you
hold
did,
on. Let me clarify.
okay.
The answer is no, and then there's a why. Because the people who didn't want direction didn't come here for direction. They wanted to go in a direction, just not the direction of people who's actually moving forward.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I don't think that there are incels here. Like you think there is. Hold on a second. Zero. Wasting a lot of time here for the conversation, dude. These waste. No purpose other than sitting in the chair, passing judgment on people he doesn't know. Dudes don't fucking know.
If your audience sees it as a waste, man, I could drop off. It's not a problem, bro. I was just,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
But
put
I
the
got
link
another
out.
question. Yeah, but I got
Go
another
ahead.
question for you.
Yeah.
How are you solving the race problem? What is the race problem? What's the race problem?
Well, let me answer your question with a question.
Okay.
Especially this turbulent political climate that we just saw. Do you observe that there's any type of racial tension or racial problems within this country?
There is.
Okay.
But
How
it's
does
not
that?
stopping people from making individual efforts and
We didn't
engaging
even
in
go
things
down
in their
that
own life. Yeah.
we didn't even go down that path yet.
Okay.
but if you could notice that there is any type of tension or problem surrounding this concept that we call race, and you feel like that these are problems that can and should be solved, whether you think that that's working harder or ignoring it, whatever path that you decide to go by, then we would have some common ground there, because that is what I would consider the race problem, and
Yeah.
at least
You can
emphasizing.
solve the race problem very easily.
And how do you suggest people do that?
Get to the fucking money.
Well, I think that throughout American history, we've had very prosperous black neighborhoods, even to
I
this day,
know
very
they were
affluential
burned to the
black
ground by
pay.
domestic terrorists.
And
Those are not
and
concerns
and
that can happen today.
and today we have very affluent black people. I think we could even say hundreds of millionaires, probably even black billionaires that exist, and that necessarily hasn't translated to solving the problem. So if even here's even before you told me that, I kind of knew what direction it was going to go as soon as you said all we got to do is this. Because to simplify a problem that has been going on for at least 400 years, to simplify that as simple as all we got to do is this, a simplistic answer like that almost always isn't able to answer a complex problem as a
Okay,
race
okay,
problem is.
okay,
But
okay, okay.
we can
So,
agree to
so
disagree on that.
that, yeah, but no, we're not agreeing to disagree. That's how I solve my race problem. I solve my
Well,
race problem
that's a great
by
thing.
not needing to work for these motherfuckers. That's how I
That's a
solve my
great thing.
race problem. I solve my
That's a
race
that's
problem
a great thing.
also by not dealing with this disloyal woman within the environment. That's also how I solve my fucking race problem. By
That's a
not
great thing, man.
pitching my actual money back into a system that don't give a fuck about me. That's how I solve the problem.
But
So
to
I got to the
participate in
money.
capitalism,
Yeah.
you are putting your money back in,
Yes.
whatever degree. You're
No, 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 no,
participating in
no,
an
no.
economic system
I know, but
called
I'm not
capitalism.
investing. Yeah, but I'm not investing in a household that I don't run. So, all right. So, what's going on, Line Mix out? What's going on, man? Hey, LOM, you there? All right. While we're waiting on him to get his microphone, oh shit, I heard something.
Yeah. So,
You
fam.
tired, brother? What's going on, man?
So check this out. I mean, I don't think it is possible for us to actually solve this race problem with money. I mean, it's because when you really think about it, there's no way we can actually rise above our condition. I mean, I don't know, man. The damage is so extensive. Damn.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why
yeah.
I didn't entertain that,
Yeah.
because that
I mean,
that's a simplistic
it's a
argument.
done issue. But at the end of the day,
Yeah,
you're gonna need an actual family unit to get past whatever problem that you have. And if damn near all the women within the environment act a certain specific type of way, then don't fuck with it. hold on a second.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, right away he's like, just an observer. Stop it. Why is he even observing? You think a dude engaging in a ran through community smashes the incel? Like, yeah, man. Like,
What was that question? Could you read that again? What did they say?
he's like, I'm just an observer.
That's what I
Why?
describe myself as. Yeah, I'm not going to lie
Yeah,
to you and pretend that I'm something that
yeah.
I'm not. I'm not going to
All right.
pretend. Yeah, I've been in Manosphere. I'm
Okay. Well,
observing.
I got a
I don't,
question.
you know.
I got a
Yeah.
question. Before we move completely on from this, okay, what's better, a guy who's involuntarily celibate, not dealing with problematic women within the environment, or a guy who claims he has game dealing with the women in the actual environment and not talking about them? Which one's better?
Well, what is the goal? What's the end goal for you to ask me what's
No,
better?
no,
Where are
no,
we trying
no,
to
no,
get?
no, because we have to see a value system here.
So the incel who's doing what?
Yeah, yeah. Your stereotypical incel
Okay.
versus a guy who claims he has game and still choosing to deal with the same low quality women. Which one you think
Yeah.
is more valuable within this environment?
Again, there's no way for me to determine who's better or what's more value to do what. What are they trying to do? What are we trying to get done?
Any type
On
of growth
on
within the environment.
on face value, it sounds as if the incel, because they're not, doing whatever, they're not out procreating unnecessarily. But the man
Okay.
who is supposedly having or has game or doesn't have game, for him to be dealing with low quality women. But I'm an advocate of, if black men or men in general want to deal with multiple women, and if they have the means to do so and provide and protect those families, I'm not going to be the man who's arguing on their behalf to be monogamous. So
Okay.
if a man
Next
is in
question.
that position and able to do
Okay.
that, I'm not
Okay.
arguing
Next
against
question.
that.
All right. Next
Yeah.
question. Why would you have smoke for incels but not smoke for game guys?
Well, how do you know that? How do you know who I have smoke for and who I don't have
That
smoke for?
is not what the conversation. Oh, okay. So, okay. So
Well,
what
to say,
problem do you
well,
have with
see,
that?
for me to acknowledge that there's people, incels in this space. Uh, I don't know if he is Lucario. Lucario, I talk about him all the time, like at least and on his panel to him directly, that like you trying to teach men how to run game without equipping them with any type of principles, and you just trying to your earlier point of just getting to the bag. These are fundamental missteps in developing men and teaching men about brotherhood and manhood. So
Yeah.
Mr. Lucario, a game, quote unquote game guy, I
Yeah. He's a
do
piece
had
of
the same
shit. Yeah.
critiques. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had the same
Yeah.
critiques for him as well. I
Yeah.
don't know if y'all would consider him Black Manosphere, but them guys who be trying to run game, I had the same critiques for them
No,
as well.
I consider them griftosphere. I don't consider them manosphere.
Yes.
Okay,
I consider them greenfield grifters
yeah, then
because
we agree on
yeah,
that then.
yeah, yeah. I mean, so it's quite obvious that you're a failed fucking man if this is what you fucking sell.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you attach yourself to selling feminism because that's what they're selling. They're selling skeleton keys past feminism by giving them hope and advice that's not going to work, that isn't not working out for him either. Because if he's in an open relationship and he's trying to teach men to get other, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, dude, like, none of this shit works. So,
Yeah, I
yeah,
noticed that too.
so you have to realize that I think being an incel is okay. I think I think not fucking around with these women in this condition that they in, I think that's one of the best positions that a man could be in. And I think
Okay.
men should
Yeah.
actually talk about
Yeah.
the actual disrepair that the women are in. Because the disrepair is not of no fault of the women their own. It's totally their fault that they're in the situation that they're in. Because a
Yeah.
woman is supposed to be prepared to be for the men that's in this environment. Because if the women have raised the men to actually be shit within the environment, because of the men that they chose within the environment, we wouldn't have a problem with non-productive men. But non-productive men is who we have been rewarding within the system. So you can't say incel for incel's sake when these women were fucking nothing but unproductive dudes. That's
Yeah,
what they
you know
wanted.
what?
That's what they got.
I might have to relook my outlook on that because that
Yeah,
actually does make some sense because I do think that black men specifically we are a little bit loose with our sex and you know a little bit more willing to have
Mhm.
sex with all different types of women a lot more loosely and if we at least show
I
that
don't
type
see
of
a problem
restraint.
with that.
Let me tell
I
you
don't
something.
see a problem with that.
But
Yeah, I
but
I
think
but
that.
don't see a problem with that.
to your point, if we show that type of restraint and say, well, we're not going to engage, you know, in the sex until we see women start to do better, I think that has some merit, that has some power to it. So I might have to
Mhm.
relook, you know, rethink
Yeah,
how I was looking at it.
Yeah, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah.
In other words,
Yeah,
in other words, our problem is we made it too easy for them.
yeah. And
Yeah,
there's people who celebrate how easy it is for women to get sex out of them. They get called up at 2 a.m. Oh yeah, I'm the puppet dove guy. Like what the fuck, man?
Yeah, the
You
guy.
helping this hoe out?
Yep.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of people want to celebrate that status, and you
mm.
know, there's really nothing you can pretty much do with that.
Exactly. I mean, it's a fucking disgrace if you ask me. There's nothing to celebrate
Yeah,
about that. It's yeah.
yeah. And here's the other thing, man. Dude, at the end of the day, these people have already chose what side they want to be on. The the actual existence or non-existence of a concept can clearly be searched online within this space. Doesn't matter what you want to do.
Hmm.
What you mean by that?
Listen, if you want to be a truck driver, there's tons of trucking channels out there. If you want to be in IT, there's a ton of IT channels out there. If you want to listen to guys who you think got this dating shit under control, there's a ton of those guys out there. Trust me, these people are ending up in places that they want to be. Nobody is like forcing them to watch a certain type of subscriber, right? So you want the space to be better than the customer. Well, the space is already better than the customer. It's just that the customers is choosing other types of shit rather than the other than quality shit. So you can't blame that, oh, there must be a lack of leadership because of you for no. They're going after the things that's going to give them verification within the environment.
But
And
the
most of these
reason,
go ahead.
oh, go ahead. But the reason why I directly said something about the leadership was because I listened
There's
to a
no
guy like,
leadership.
well, that's what it sounds like. I listened to a guy like Obsidian, and he said
Obsidian's
him.
not a leader within
Well,
the
He's not a
I'm
leader.
environment.
just, I'm not saying he is. I'm just going by. I'm just saying I've heard him speak, and he says that him, O'Shea, and Angry Man were at the forefront. Whether
No,
that's true or not, I don't know. I'm just saying that's
no,
at
no, no,
least
no,
from his
no.
perspective,
They,
and
That's
I'm
not.
they,
just
they.
saying those.
Wait, hold on.
It's
Before you
not
go
true.
forward,
Hold on. I don't want you
they,
to. I don't want you to take this as an attack because I'm not saying that
no,
he
no,
is
no.
or isn't. I'm just saying.
I'm not. You brought it up, so
Okay.
let me clarify what you just said.
Okay.
Those three people were the leader of something. There was a leader of a version of the Manosphere that was working just fine. And then all three of those people invited elements back into the Manosphere that made the Manosphere not work.
Okay. That's
Yes,
probably true. I
they
haven't been
were.
around it long enough to know.
I know.
But
I'm telling you, that's what happened. Because the
O'Shea.
Manosphere, yeah, because the Manosphere was a place about men and men's issues from the 1.0, which started way before the internet and all that kind of stuff. When these
Okay.
people came in, they turned it into an entertainment space where they just had the same repetitive conversations over and over and over and over again with no
That's yeah.
actual actual productivity and benefit.
That's
And
what like
there was a
celebrity
whole bunch of
gossip.
people,
Right.
correct, which is bullshit, which tells me that you're a failed individual. If that's where you
That's
end up
why,
at.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
because
So,
I'm
but
looking at the
that's why I'm
self-proclaimed
saying
leaders as saying that. Yeah, that's why I
no,
said
no,
that.
they are a leader of that bullshit.
Well,
They,
then let
they,
me ask you, who would you consider the leaders to be?
there is
The
no
people at the
We
leader.
don't listen. We don't
There is
have.
no leader.
Hold on, listen. We don't have any leaders.
Okay, well, let me rephrase
Let
my
me tell you
question.
why.
Let
Let
me
me tell you
rephrase
why
my
that there are
question
no leaders.
because there's some different connotations with the word leader. So let me say, who are some brothers who you would consider pioneers or sort of at the forefront, kind of leading the direction. Not a leader, because leader is a connotation to everybody looking to them like, oh, he's in charge. Not that way, but at least who are some brothers that you would consider pioneers at the forefront, kind of making this thing move? Let me ask you that. I'm not going, not that they're leaders.
Yeah. Here's the thing. At this point, nobody is a pioneer of anything at this point. You want to know why? Everything that has been said on the subject has already been said. Everything.
Any innovators? No new thinkers? No innovators coming along?
In Black America, innovators? No. I mean, shit, you got 20 versions of Black Ram 313 right now.
I don't know. What is that?
No, I'm just saying. These people are not innovators. They come here to do the same shit that's already here. So if anything, we're doing analysis at this point. I mean, what you want as an actual I am the leader of, there is no leadership. The leadership is based on the progress that you want to see. And if the progress is individual, you yourself on the individual level have to become a leader. That's why I don't try to put myself over anybody in this space. I just know what the integrity of the space needs to be, which is focusing on men's issues and making better decisions. But if somebody don't want to make a better decision, that's on them. Because it's about the results that you have within your life, which shows you whether or not you wanted to follow the teachings and the basis of the space or not.
But let me draw a parallel with you. It's pretty much two places Black men can go on YouTube to be in a predominantly Black space. You either got the conscious community or you got the Black Manosphere. Now, there's really no leaders. If you went in some conscious community circles on YouTube, say, yo, who's a leader? People going to say the same thing. There is no leader. But you would still be able to identify some key players in how the community works, how people are interacting, who they gravitate toward. So I'm not saying that there's one person to point to say, hey, I am the leader. So yeah, so I'm asking you, who are those key players? If it's not Obsidian, Angry Man, and O'Shea, because they're celebrity gossip guys. I've seen what his channel has turned into. I agree with you. Maybe Obsidian keep it real. I watch him from time to time, but Angry Man and O'Shea is just celebrity gossip. I don't want to see that. And so a constructive space for Black men. Right.
That's fine, because leadership is not about where you end up at. It's about the fucking path you're on. I haven't changed what the fuck I talked about in 600 videos. Why? Because I'm on a leadership path. The path is about the people who are on the path, not the people who've fallen off of it.
I got you.
Yeah. It's in the path. So all the leadership that you want to see.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't want it to come off as if I'm looking for a particular leader in this space. I've already said how I want to see. I know,
but that's how the question is always phrased. Who's a leader around here? Because you know what happens when they see a leader? You know what happens when they find out who the leader is?
Tear them down.
Yep, you tear them down. Exactly. Yeah. You destroy them. Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's why I might look. I might be a thought leader, but I have a path and a track record. My leadership is my track record. My leadership is the business that I do, my associations that I have, and the shit that I choose not to put up with within this fucking space. That's it. I mean, I don't believe in pro-blacks. I think that we should start opening up tax records when you start thinking that you give a fuck about the community. You know, I don't give a shit about these women in this fucking space. I think that if you're under the household of an actual decent guy, you count. If you don't, you don't count. That's how it works. We're not here to save anybody. We're here to make sure that Black men make better choices and decisions for themselves. I hope they make it into what we would like for them to do. But at the end of the day, nobody's playing Uatu the Watcher over these niggas, man. You ain't gonna be able to choose what these motherfuckers do. I just know what the fuck I'm gonna do with my time. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I hear you, brother. That makes sense, man. So I don't want to change the direction of your show, man. If y'all had a a different topic that you wanted to chop it up about, I want to come on. You posted the link for me, so man, I wanted to chop it up with you. But I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you having me on, man. Next time I'm listening in. If you're speaking on something, I'll you know, hopefully get a chance to come up and chop it up with you.
All right, cool, man. All right, later.
All right, appreciate it, man.
All right.
Peace to the other brother
Yeah.
too.
All right. Yeah, man. It's just at the end of this point, line of MGTOW. Listen, everything has been said that's going to be said. So when people think that, you know, oh my God, I mean, because he was kind of having the same conversation that started this live stream in the first place. There was a guy, he didn't want to make content, he didn't want to be a leader, called himself an outside observer. He just here for the conversation. But we're stuck on calling motherfuckers incel. I'm like, how's being an incel a bad fucking thing? I think motherfuckers should be focused on what the fuck they need to be focused on. And women, and the opinion of a woman should not even factor into your masculinity at all. That's just me, man. So I'm gonna drop the link again for somebody else who want to come up and talk about something about this along the sides of this issue. Nothing really any much else. To me, it can't be the new mission is to create failed men. It's just that failed men are creating what the fuck they wanted to create when they got here. Most of these people wanted to turn a corner when they got here because this place wasn't entertainment based until they started doing entertainment. So it's kind of like when people come around. They come around, they start out, they claim to care about black men, and then boom, they're turning around, they dissing black men because that's what they're getting paid to do. They're getting paid to actually support a specific type of narrative. So, you know, when you have people who try to, I think the Manosphere should do this. Like, fuck, why? Because it's always the people who want to benefit the most who invest the least. That's the way Black America has always been. That's why I say the track record and your associations. I was going on, Asia. Hold on a second. Let me get, I think that's Jerome Whiteside. Hold on a second. Whoever that was, come back in. For some reason, it kicked everybody out. I'm not sure what that's about. Yeah, it's just that you have to realize, man, like there's nothing wrong with this space. People are just gravitating toward what they want to gravitate towards, man. And a lot of people don't want to hear this, you know, positive, forward-thinking shit because they gave up in life, man. Like that's the way this shit works. A lot of people don't want to see this shit possibly move on to some other shit. What's going on, Jerome? Or Jeremy? What's going on? Yeah, you're muted. You have to unmute your mic.
Okay, making sure. Hello.
Yeah, you're a little low.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Still low.
Let's see.
You gotta keep talking.
Okay, here we go. You hear me now?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You hear me now?
Yeah, all the way. What's going on, man?
Okay, okay, okay. My thing is uh like um people try to box the manosphere and it's like a supply and demand, and instead of just being honest about um what we want to be what we demand, like they try to make it into something like, nah, well, we shouldn't demand that. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you have a group of people who part of them want some foolishness, the other part want to talk about females, the other part want to talk about making money. It's like, nah, everybody should now talk about a consensus or like a monolith, even of a conversation, which is to me stupid.
I mean, but that's where we're at right now. Really? Like that's where we're at right now. Think about it. I mean, like, how many different versions of like the same dude who you see in the Manosphere? Everybody
Yeah,
is a clone of another person in the Manosphere. Everybody is. Like, there's really no original. Like, the only way you can pretty much bring some original shit is that if you're already doing original shit outside the black conversation, outside of YouTube before you actually come on it. That's the only way. Like me, my life experience, kind of different. But I can't come to YouTube and find my life experience online.
yeah.
And so,
Mm.
since most people grow up in the same type of environments, they're going to be trying to negotiate the same type of obstacles within those environments. And most of those obstacles happen to be uncultured women.
But this is
Because,
my thing.
yeah, yeah.
This is my thing, MOT. It seems as though, because a lot of the conversation is about women, but it seems as though people are trying to, I don't know, kind of ignore that point and then try to skip to this community building. I'm like, well,
No,
if you
fuck
want,
all that. I don't believe in no community. The only people who talk about community are people who want to benefit off of it. If you want a community, you will have a track record of community. Like, yeah. So that's what I feel on the community shit. Because right now, no woman in this space should be even be listened to when they talk about community at all. Or men who claim to be pro-black when it comes to community as well. Because the pro-blacks could have opened their mouth back in the day to make sure these ran-throughs not become ran-throughs. But the reason why they became ran-throughs is because they were running through them. And then they made us try to shut our mouths to their actual wrongdoing within the environment by trying to make following up behind their path be the way that we keep our mouth closed about their actual lack of progress in the actual environment. That's how they tried to make us be responsible for what's actually going on within the environment without our consent.
but do you think, because this is my thing, like when the dude came up talking about, who's a leader, who's a leader. First of all, don't I don't ever trust people like that who always,
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I never trust people who use the word incel. It just translates into I'm a bitch ass nigga, and because I got pussy, I'm a better man than you. That's pretty
yeah,
much what I kind of translate incel
yeah,
into. And I have
mm,
not been wrong yet by anybody who used the word incel. I just need to make sure that that's what I'm listening to when I'm
yeah,
listening to somebody talk about incel. But it's like, dude, listen. Like I said, black pussy is some of the easiest pussy to qualify for. Easiest. All you have
that,
to do is be a fucking nigga with a soft nigga voice behind the closed fucking doors. Be her bitch.
yeah.
Attack dog, attack dog in the wide open, lap dogs behind the fucking closed doors. And as long
But
as you can
MOT,
master both of those, you're fine. Yeah.
but MOT, if that's the deal, right? If that's the deal, and black boys have been raised like this to a degree, to a large percentage. Why this always my question? Why is it a problem? Because to me, it's viewed as
What
we're
is it?
okay with it, but it's like not wanting to admit we're okay with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, no. I mean, I'm okay with it because I'm not responsible. And
Hmm.
neither do I want women who've been through that type of experience. I don't. I've been raised a different type of way where I don't look at these motherfuckers as human beings. I look at them as walking pieces of fuck meat. That's how I look at them. That's what they reduce themselves to. Because if you're not feminine and if you're not married and if you're not looking or your ass is not, then that's what the fuck you're gonna be. And
Mm.
I have to be as harsh as the environment kind of entails. Because a lot of these motherfuckers are trying to get the bag or a better situation so they can turn around and walk away with half of the shit. So I have to be able to up my profile to where I can be able to gain better quality.
Mm. What like this is my I you know I've been listening to the Manosphere for a while, and just um how do you get how do you get brothers to get past pussy?
You can't.
I mean, the reason I'm asking is because I didn't start making, you know, when I got past that, my life got, enormously better.
Yeah,
Not, well, I'm just saying, how do you get an average black guy to get past that?
you can't. Because these dudes have been specifically sensory deprived to the point to where they'll fuck anything that moves. And if you can't say, yeah, it's an individual journey. The only thing you can do is give them better quality of women.
But what I'm saying is, well, if we don't have better quality of women, like by the majority, how,
You have to
because
up your
this
own
is this is my.
profile. You got to gain a skill. You got to be able to travel. You got to do all that other shit that has growth attached to it.
Yeah, you got, because my thing, I'm trying to get like brother sometime a step one, like step one. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we just get hung up just on, we stop just at pussy, and then we stop just at a job.
What's going on, Mr. Fantastic? Yeah, shout out. Yeah, I mean, so it's like this. You can't get dudes past pussy because this is what they run off of. You're trying to get a gasoline car to somehow be something else other than a gasoline powered vehicle.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the dudes who are concentrated on pussy. I think it's great that they're concentrated on pussy. I think it's easier to fucking deal with having a bunch of niggas who's concentrated on pussy. I think it's fucking amazing. I think it's great. I also think it's great because you're gonna have a specific type of fucking outcome if you're concentrated on pussy all the time. And none of it's gonna be good. You're gonna be a game nigga, or else you're gonna be another motherfucker who claimed that it's so easy to get women within the environment, so much so to the fact that your masculinity is based on this shit, and you can't stop fucking with these type of hoes. And then you end up partially defending the type of hoes that are here. So, dude, this shit solves its own problem. I'm not worried.
Mm. Mm. I was just,
Yeah,
I don't know. I was just trying to get, man. I was trying to just
dude.
get them past
Listen,
that,
man.
so that.
It's like this. How do you get a crackhead past crack? That's a personal journey for that person. How do you get a person past alcoholism? Even if they go to the 12-step program, if they still decide to go to that liquor store and plop down the money for that code 45, you can't save a motherfucker, man. The only thing you can do is give them the information, and what they decide to do with the information is going to be on them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
It's not hard. Think about it.
Yeah, man.
You're waiting
But
on all these people who don't give a fuck about you, when you could just find people who actually give a fuck about the shit you give a fuck about. Like that's been the downfall of Black America. We tried to keep negotiating with niggas forever, and it didn't work. We spent 50 years trying to negotiate with niggas. It got us nothing. They decided to pump out kid after kid after kid to the point to now this whole place is surrounded by this shit.
but I'm saying, so because so what I'm saying is like, well, how does the I guess the black race survive the next 20 years? You
You're
know what I
worried.
mean?
You're worrying too much. That's too
Mm.
high of an actual worry for you right now. How old are you?
Mm. Oh no, I'm in my 30s, man.
How are you worried about where the black race is going to be at in 30 years?
Well, the reason
You
I was
are the black.
asking. The reason I was
Okay, all right.
asking because the reason I was asking because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, if we keep continuing this route, we're either going to be absorbed, like when I say
Yes.
absorbed, I mean absorbed, basically gone in the sense of what we
Yeah.
know as black. So I was,
I know. We're not gonna have black looking, our skin color, dark looking kids around here.
mm,
We're not. The women have made sure of that. That any
yeah,
man with any type of fucking sense will fuck with a different culture of people
yeah,
if they want to survive. Because the
yeah,
people is the actual customs, the mind state that they pass down. Now we've been passing down this skin color, right? But this
yeah,
passing down the skin color shit haven't really moved the chains, so to speak,
yeah,
for
and that
anybody within the culture.
yeah, that's my thing that we'll pass down the aesthetics, but we don't. But there's it's not nothing else coming with it. So I'm like, well, if you want anything other than the aesthetics, then you got to go to another group. And I'm like, well, how are you going to keep, you know,
No.
me myself, I had to go to another group. So
Yes,
it's just
I did too, and I like
yeah,
where I'm at.
yeah,
Why? On average, the women are shaped how they want to be fucking shaped, and they look like how I want them to fucking look. Beauty is not extraordinary. It comes as standard fucking issue for the most part.
yeah.
Act
Mm.
right is pre-installed by the culture.
Yeah, it is. It is. And that's my other
Yeah.
thing. I was like, okay, there was no way. I was like, okay, usually the family kind of keep the woman in line, right?
Yes.
So my thing was, I'm like, okay, um, if your men don't have a support system to help them with you, what do you do when the woman get out of line? Like it's almost like you can't, it's just I was just trying to like I don't
Yeah.
I just
That's
want to
why.
see my people do better. That's all.
No, I mean, but you have to realize that the people who you think are your people ain't actually your people.
Yeah.
The people who you want to see do better don't want to do better. I'm not trying to, shit on your dream or whatever, but I'm just like, dude,
Yeah.
listen. The people who want to actually make those changes are already making it, or is seeking the information to make them. This is the less fucked with we ever been in American history, right
Yeah,
now.
it's true. The
Less
last 50
fucked with.
years, pretty much. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, man, I grew up in the early '80s and the '90s. Trust me,
Yeah.
the
Me
less
too.
fucked with we ever been right
Yeah.
now. So if your ass want to move somewhere, right now you can do it.
Yeah.
Psalm is fantastic.
Yo, what
Yeah,
up?
man. So I'm just saying this, man. Like, you got to be like, okay, you're on the Justice League of a whole bunch of different niggas, but be
Yeah.
like Batman. Not everybody can come to the fucking Batcave, no matter how cool we are out there, supposedly on the same fucking team. Not
Yeah.
everybody's coming to the fucking Batcave, and that's how you have to start worrying about less shit. The more shit you have, the less you give a fuck. I'm telling you. You're not
Mm.
gonna care about all this shit the moment you have a couple of downfalls thanks to trying to help some of these motherfuckers. They're not gonna get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, and all these quiet ass people around, you're gonna sit there and watch you lose your shit. So
yeah.
what I'm saying is that as long as you got your shit together, while you're at the top of where you're actually going, you're gonna
Mhm.
find better people on the path. That's what I found out. I
Yeah.
found out there was a far, far better people
I,
on the path
I
than there was
found,
at the starting point.
yeah, I found that too. It's just, there are times I try to reach back, you know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know. It's just like they wouldn't want to come. And I don't
Yeah, I
understand.
know.
Well, that's your problem, bro. Bro, don't
Yeah,
reach back, bro. Again, this is it, man. Listen, shout out to MOT, by the way, man. Listen, bro. Successful people, recognize how not to waste time, waste their efforts, waste their gifts and their talents on unsuccessful people, bro. Everybody go say they want to be rich. Everybody go say they want to be successful, but when they see the work that it takes to do it, bro, somebody that really, really want what they claim they want, they gonna come to you. You shouldn't have to go to them, especially if you're doing better than them. So that's it. So if it's somebody, again, and this is why I say we got to get out of this thing where, oh, ain't nobody better than nobody. So you mean to tell me You're a grown man. You're financially stable. You take care of your responsibilities, and you don't break the law. You know what I'm saying? You got a good head on your shoulders, and you're equivalent of a motherfucking bum under a bridge. That's what you think? Because I don't. I never would. So this whole mentality, man, that like, oh, you ain't better than nobody, so on and so forth. This is what keeps mediocrity, alive and well in the black community. And if you dare step out and say, no, I am a great person that you could follow in order to learn something, then all nigga, you think you somebody, you think you special, you think you this, you think you that. Just stay away from them people, man. If you got to reach back from somebody that you're clearly doing better than, man, you're putting yourself at risk, brother. Don't do it. Just don't. Because all that person's going to do, man, is they're going to weigh you down. They expect you to carry them. And when you get tired of carrying them, and you just say, well, hey man, look, I done did this for you, 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 and what do you do? You're not progressing. You expect me to keep giving you a handout, you're still gonna be the bad guy anyway. So if you're
Yeah, it's
clearly
true.
on a path to fucking success, man, keep doing your thing, and the people will come along and see you and ask you and inquire, man. Like they say, the be one, ask one aspect of it. I'm not promoting that by any means, and so on and so forth. But if somebody's really, intrigued by something, and you can clearly see that it's successful, bro, they should be coming to you. You should be going to that. Power never ever seeks, weakness. You see what I'm saying?
Not
So
at
then,
all.
Yeah,
yeah, so that's and shout out to MOT, man. Again, that's something we got to start preaching and focusing on as black men, the power aspect of it. But if you work from a power dynamic, all this stuff about, what I'm saying, reaching back and trying to help the less fortunate and stuff like that, which is cool and fine if you can. And those people should be few and far in between. But constantly having to do that, man, nah, bro, you weaken yourself, because now you're spreading yourself thin by those who's never gonna ever give you anything back on their return. And not only you, but even do it for the community itself, to help other people. That's the best part about, picking and finding the people that come see you, because that person has a drive to, when they do reach that level of success, they're clearly going to take on and pass on the information that they have, because they just did it to get it from you.
Yeah, man, it's just that,
most
dude.
definitely.
Like you got to understand, man, that if you made it, you
Yeah,
like me. Like man, I used to think a whole bunch of stupid and fucked up shit once I left Mississippi. But over
mm,
time, when I started working with actual true fucking equals and people who are better than me, I never thought to go back to those type of circumstances and situations, man.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, yeah, it was just that, you know, I had to know that no, 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 you're the member. No, no, my grandfather told me, it was like, look, this ain't your community. Your community is what you create. Don't feel sorry for shit that you're not responsible for. Yes, you can want good for people, but they got to be able to come to the information, or else. I mean, you can drop them shits like some propaganda leaflets over like North Korea and shit. But other than that, you got to keep going, man. Like,
yeah,
listen, man, they know who to listen to and why they're listening to them. They know, but you can't think that it's kind of like how it says in the Bible that Jesus is going to come back once everybody over the expanse of the entire earth hear the word. Like, no, they know what the word is. They just ain't there, man. So, yeah, yeah. So it's like, nah, I'm not sure it's gonna happen that way. But it's like, look, man, you got to be able to live your life, dude. I am one of the only people who got his shit together. My brothers are now coming online. The ones who are way older than I am are
yeah.
just now coming online.
Really?
Just now coming online. Just now reaching out for help.
Mm,
Just now buying their first house. Just now getting rid of women that they never should have fucking been with. Just
mm,
now getting their kids straight. Just now.
mm.
And guess what? They knew I was doing way better than they was.
Yeah,
But they also knew that I wasn't gonna fuck with them if there was gonna be a certain type of fucking way. They already
yeah,
knew that shit. They knew that, oh shit, I'm not gonna call him. I know what he gonna say. You goddamn right you know what I'm gonna fucking say.
yeah,
I wanna hear the story, and then I'm gonna give your ass some information so that way you don't get in this fucking situation again. Then I'm gonna
yeah.
hang up before you ask me for some goddamn money. That's how it's gonna work.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Look, thank you, bro. I gotta let me ride out. But I really appreciate y'all.
All right, cool, man. Yeah,
You
yeah, man. It's like it's fantastic, man. Like people want to see all this. Oh man, the Manosphere should be this, should be that, should be the other. You niggas are great, but you need to be doing greater things. It's like, nigga, why haven't you done it? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, man. I look, man. I don't even like. The thing I thought about this space, as far as it being, is like it's not supposed to be one thing defined. You're supposed to be able to go to certain people for certain things. Everybody's not gonna have the same shit. And ultimately, man, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just far too many, crab in a barrel ass niggas more so than anything, than the people that are really a part of the space that linger around to do the bullshit more so than people that really do things to have content, information, whatever their expertise may be for brothers, man. So like I said, and it's these niggas, I blame you niggas, yeah, because you niggas love the nigga shit. Y'all entertain it, y'all let it keep alive and well. So, but I know you never go unnigga y'all all the way, so that's understandable. But yeah, man, as far as this shit goes, man, I just hear it. Every time I hear it at this point, I just ignore it, man, and keep it moving and just, do my thing. People that's gonna fuck with me gonna fuck with me. If they don't, they don't. Like I said, no matter what
Yeah,
banner
man.
you under.
And like, they don't get the emails that you get behind the scenes and all that kind of stupid shit. You always have these fucking like women. Well, you should be doing more. I'm like, who the fuck are you dating? Why the fuck me, a separate man, not in your household, supposed to be doing more to help random niggas? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, man. Like I said, you don't you can give a motherfucker all the keys, all the directions, everything they need, bro, and a motherfucker still ask you for more shit. What about this and what about that? A motherfucker wants you to literally do it for them, man. They want you to motherfucking take your hand, put them on their feet, and pick them up and put them down all the way to fucking success. And look, bro, you too grown, too old for that shit, man. And ultimately, like I say, y'all niggas strangers. Fuck all that. Nigga. I can give you the information. I can tell you which way to go. Shout out to the
Yeah,
brothers, like you said, man. Because it's
yeah,
brothers that hit me up with the hit me up with information and things. And it's crazy as hell, man. Like you say, MOT when somebody hits you with an email like, hey man, I use this what you did, and what I'm saying, this helped me in this way. It's on the so like, hey man, appreciate it, bro. No, nigga, appreciate you because they let me know I ain't just up here, talking and not, what I'm saying, not getting anything out of it. You know what I'm saying? My real purpose is genuinely to help brothers out. You feel me?
yeah. Like it's like when I first started, maybe two plus years ago, I used to just give niggas the blueprint on how to fucking do everything. And after like hundreds of times of giving the niggas the shit, it's only maybe 4 people out of 200 who actually did everything I said on the fucking paper and got to exactly kind of where I am right now. 4. The other 196 tried to niggify the shit and try to turn the shit to a shortcut or a hustle, and end up fucking the shit up for them.
No, niggas don't, bro. Get away from the nigga shit, bro. Like that's what it was. MOT, you said it, bro. I left Macon, Georgia, bro, with my number one goal. Even like getting in the military, right? My number one goal, bro, was to get some motherfucking 22-inch rims and like a custom motherfucking box for my motherfucking trunk, nigga, for my Crown Vic. That was a mindset I was at. Like you said, coming from where I
Oh
came
yeah.
from.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And understanding and thinking like that's a goal. That's something, that I want to do. To now, bro, like I said, before I hit my 40s, I'm trying to get, a few properties, the motherfucking, on a fucking foreclosure, on a tax lien or some shit, so that I can, flip properties, man. Again, man, it's all about no person should be the same. You should not have the same mindset. And the most important thing, bro, is once you remove yourself out of that environment, your eyes have to open and see, like, bruh, oh my God, what the fuck was wrong with not just me, but where I'm
Yeah, man.
from?
Yeah, man. Like, dude. Like, man. Like, when I went back after 20 fucking years, man, I went back for that 20-year reunion. I mean, man, you start seeing, like a whole bunch of shit that's like, a lot of wasted fucking potential, man.
Yeah, niggas doing the same shit, bro. Like I said, and the first thing they say to you, Hey man, y'all remember you in you high school and this and that. I'm like, bruh, nigga, what? Nigga, 10, not even 10 years, 20 years? Like, what?
Yeah, and I swear, man, I walked down the same fucking streets. I seen the same people doing the same shit, and I just could not fucking believe the shit. I could not. I could. It's like I didn't even go nowhere, man. I went over my homeboy's house. His uncle was still drunk outside the fucking front yard, passed out in the fucking front yard and shit. I'm like, God damn, man, like, fuck, I ain't been here 5 fucking minutes, and it's everything that I fucking remember fucking leaving. Except for, all the women are way fucking bigger. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, yeah, that's what it was, man. And people got to know how it feels to not have the burden of this shit be around you all the time. This shit is not your fucking responsibility to be worried about these people like that. It's not. I swear, man, things got fucking better than a motherfucker for me when I knew that I was doing the fucking right thing. When I knew I was the motherfucker who was putting in all them hours in fucking school. When I knew I was the motherfucker doing the shit, and I was gonna be the only one who fucking benefited once the shit was over. Hell yeah, I had those problems. When I finished looking for fucking validation and shit, and there it was, man. The wrong motherfuckers started coming around trying to take credit, all types of dumb shit. But you got to realize, man, that you are better than what the motherfuckers got planned for you, man. Way better, because they only come around when they want some shit. So
Yep. Niggas will always had a hand out, man.
yeah,
Like you said,
yeah, man,
niggas gonna forever have a hand out, bro. Niggas gonna
yeah,
forever have a hand out, man.
yeah, man. So when I tell people, like, dude, that shit's yours, man, yours. And no, you ain't got to be giving this shit out to other motherfuckers, man. They were like, oh man, community. I'm like, nigga, listen, man, open up your fucking tax file. Show show me when and where, what milestone you hit financially before you became community minded. I guarantee you, motherfucker ain't hitting no fucking major figure. Because anybody who put that kind of time in to get shit out of it ain't trying to share it like that. Unless, and once they start to do that shit, the motherfucker end up getting fucked over. That's the way that shit always works, man. So I just tell people straight up, man. The change that you want to see is your fucking future self. Don't let that nigga down. Start today. Don't let that motherfucker down. Not let your future self down being caught up in this bullshit. Because people don't know how being stuck is until they actually are fucking stuck with no chances left.
Yep. And then, like I said, you were so fucking down, far down in that hole, man. You willing to try any and everything that's most likely not gonna be the right decision to be made because you're in panic mode, man. Like I said, everybody, man, in motherfucking panic mode, bro. You will do anything to motherfucking just survive, bro.
Yeah, and like once you gain like the parasites type of mind state when it comes to fucking trying to get shit done, you lose all sense of self, man. Because now you got to look at every single person, every single shit as an opportunity. You got to produce right away to fucking survive, man. And that shit ain't no mind state that you constantly need to be in, man. Yeah, man, because that time equity is a motherfucker, man. Shit, when I took that fucking year off, man, it was everything in the motherfucking world. Retraced all my motherfucking steps. Every place I ever stayed, hotels, and every motherfucking thing across the fucking world, man. Best motherfucking time ever, man. And then your boy had to get back to work. That's
Yeah, man,
what
I
it is,
can't.
man.
That's what I can't wait for this shit, man. Like I said, as soon as this fucking retirement shit happen, bro. Like I said,
Oh
fucking take
man.
this year off, start the school, focus on number fucking school and doing that shit for like a year. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can take that hop anywhere, man. Oh man.
Yeah, but that shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, man, you can take that hop out of there, where you at, you know. And you could be overseas. You can easily get one back to the States. Go to Germany, easily get to Italy and Belgium and Amsterdam. Man, it's gonna be the shit, man. Just at the end of the day, man, people got to learn to get out and experience more. Everything is more than these fucking struggles and these fucking communities, these fucking kids' problems, all that shit. You need to know how it feels to not be surrounded by that shit. It's
Yeah,
gonna do
man.
you all the
It's
good in the fucking world, man.
yeah, motherfuckers like again, bro. Like I said, all work and no play will kill you, man. You gotta make some time for yourself, like you said, and especially like you said, when you're trying to remap something or start a master plan for fucking major success, man. You got to sit down and map that shit all the way out, and like you said, have your mind as clear as possible, as clear as possible, man. Like I said, good planning, bro,
Hey,
saves a
Liam,
lot
man.
of time.
Man, what the fuck is going on in the chat, man? You know
Man,
we
this
don't
hating
talk like
ass,
that over here.
this hating ass nigga, bro. Again, bro, a hating ass nigga. That's a motherfucking fan slash hater, bro. You know it is what it is. Worried about what the hell I got going over one of these, like saying orphan ass niggas. That's again, bro. You don't control me. That's why you stay in the chat, bro. That's why you
Hey,
not. That's why
Liam,
you don't read
man.
content.
Wait, hold on. Liam, man. You don't understand, man. Like we don't, we don't do that type of shit over here, man. I
Can't
mean, we
control
keep it on the
themselves, MOT.
topic and the fucking subject around here, man. Like
They can't
we
control
don't do
themselves,
that shit, man.
MOT. I be trying to tell. I keep telling y'all, man. I know I am your worst nightmare, brother. I know I am. That's why I didn't address you from. That's why I didn't address you from the platform. I could have did that, but again, MOT went ahead and tried to remind you. But hey, you know me, bro. You know where to find me at. But yeah, man, like you said, just ultimately the whole thing about this is like you said, man, get a mindset, man. Get the mindset of being um successful. And along the way, like I said, you're gonna do certain things that may not be the fucking best thing to do, but when you see you fuck up, hey, make the correction and don't repeat the same mistake twice. I mean, that's just human. You make the same mistake twice, man. It's not a mistake. It's a choice. So
Yeah, it's just that a lot of people trying to mistake their way and trying to think that that they're not mortgaging anything when they start going down this path, and they don't understand that they can't even act like a normal human being. They can't even do normal human being shit because they wasn't on a normal human being path, man. They didn't have normal human being friends. They didn't have normal human being mentors. And now they want normal human being shit when they ain't got the background or the track record for that type of shit. And then they don't appreciate it and they end up fucking it up.
yeah, like I said, mentors don't even exist in the hood, bro. They don't even know what that is. A mentor is referred to as what OG, big homie. All that, all the niggified shit. When you really talk mentorship, niggas don't even know what that is. They don't respect that because again, that would be masculine and like father like trait, and that's frowned upon. The first thing. So if you're trying to present anything to a young dude, especially a dude that is not necessarily related to you or close to you, you're gonna get immediate pushback. So again, you're putting your life at risk, man. Y'all guys really got to look at this stuff, bro. Like, man, don't risk your life, man, over these strangers, bro. This is not the childhood we grew up in. I hear a lot of brothers too, man. I had the same realization, the ugly truth and realization that man will save your life, man. This ain't like us when we was growing up in the mid to late 80s and in the 90s, where you could, what I'm saying, have somebody's dad tell you something or whatever, man, and just take that on and move forward, bruh. You trying to help these kids out or whatever, bro. Shout out to Bro Truth. Bro Truth said he was trying to do the mentorship thing, and he had little niggas run up in his house, man. You know what I mean? You gotta be careful, bro. This is not the same community that once existed. This community shit, man. I don't even know why we're still saying it at this point because it's clearly
Nah,
non-existent.
nah, it's people perpetuating the myth who want other people to raise up and do the shit that they really can't do. That's all this community shit is. Yeah, man. But I had like some little motherfuckers like ran up in my aunt's place about a year ago. This shit. She been living there like 35 fucking years, man. Some young motherfuckers walked up in there, put a gun to her head and beat her up and shit. Like
God
what the
damn,
fuck is?
man.
Yeah, man. A lady who's like 80 some years old, man.
And MIT, when you tell people this, man, when you tell them, they're like, look, man, um, uh, I'm not even playing with these young cats, bro. Like, bro, I'm not, bro. You are an enemy, nigga. I don't give a fuck what your age is or so on and so forth, bro. You come off in my crib or my mama crib or whoever it is, bro. Like I said, if I catch you in there, bro, I can't let you make it out. I can't. I'm actually doing the entire, not just the community but the world a service, because again, bro, a 80-year-old woman, like, damn, you couldn't just, you know what I'm saying, you ain't even got to put a gun to her. You gonna beat her up too? So again, man, this is what these this is what the lack of men does to your people, man. And like you said, these kids most likely, are gonna procreate, have more kids by somebody that don't give a damn just for the sake of fucking having them, and they trying to get a place to stay and food to eat and a little bit of money in their pocket, and the cycle's gonna continue, and it's just gonna get worse and worse the further you go down the line.
Yeah, man, I just couldn't believe this shit. No, they didn't tell me because they thought I was just gonna go down there and just, put everybody down who I seen there after 12 o'clock, and that was my fucking plan. But they was like, nah, man, let's just not tell them for a while, and then it kind of slipped up in conversation, and I'm like, what? I'm like, oh shit, you told the wrong motherfucker this type of shit. But yeah, it was like, but that's the way it is, man. It's like, man, you taking a big ass risk, man. You got to drop the fucking knowledge and get up out of there, because everybody ain't. I'm telling you, man. Not everybody's gonna be appreciative of the shit. They're like, all right, you spoon feeding the motherfucking vampire some fucking blood and looking at their neck, man. And
Yep.
like a lot of dudes are looking for the lick.
Exactly.
That's what
Bro,
they're looking for, man.
they're literally waiting for you to let them into the castle, man. To let down the motherfucking the gates, let the gates down, and get close enough to you, man, to steal the motherfucking treasure trove, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what all shit is all about, bro. Bro, don't be trusting these strangers, man. Y'all gotta be smarter than that, man. Like, for real, for real. And just because you graduate from the hood mentality, bro, don't totally leave that shit alone. Then you need to know what you know what I'm saying. Keep that shit in the back of your mind so you know what you looking at, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know a fiend when I see a fiend. I know a jack boy when I see a jack boy. I know a dope boy when I see a dope boy. You know what I'm saying? So you don't ever get, you know what I'm saying, so far removed this away from the shit the way you totally forget what's going on, because bro, it'll cost you, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's just like them motherfuckers like Pokemon, bro. It's like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Evolution. They start out, you know what I mean? Yeah, the little niggas too, man. Listen, bro, I see one of these little dudes with, dreads and skinny jeans hanging half under their ass, purposely belt tucked under their ass tight, and the whole drawers hanging out and so on and so forth, bro. Ain't nothing me and you got to talk about, brother. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing other than now. Let me get around you there, little fella. That's about it. Cause bro, these cats, man, these cats will literally kill you, bro. Will take your life over nothing. You trying to reach out and help these, bro? They're just too far gone, man. Again, bro, you got to go somewhere where at least there's some form of order. You know what I mean? Some form of logic and knowledge, bro. You trying to fucking have a conversation, and converse with these savages, bro. What's wrong with you? Would you walk into a zoo and just walk in the lion's cage? That's what you're doing, man. That's literally what you're doing when you out here having conversations and starting up and, brother, let me tell you about this, let me tell you about that, bro. You crazy, especially anything you talking about some money, bro. You crazy, man.
nah, man. It's just that I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to like kind of fuck with because it's too many motherfucking that I'm hearing go through this shit. It's people who pulled up on like people who've been in like been down there forever, really giving people, man, and they just run across one of the wrong little motherfuckers who somebody's kid end up fucking them up, and it's like, and the only thing they can do is take that shit out on the first person around them and end up being some older motherfucker. Stupid shit.
Yeah, man.
Stupid shit, man. Yeah, and it's like, look, man, the Manosphere ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be a lot of people on some shit. Like, I'm not trying to hold entertainment niggas to no goddamn integrity. That's impossible, man. But it's like, At the end of the day, man, we got to be better with what the fuck we doing with the actual fucking space. Because the last thing I want is one of these motherfuckers to go on national fucking TV and get the shit embarrassed out of them, man. Because they don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck they talking about. Or they in the middle of some shit that they gonna try to malign the whole fucking space with and get the whole place shut the fuck down. You know, on some stupid shit. Because I predict one of these dating coach motherfuckers gonna end up in one of them hemmed up ass situations, man. And it's gonna be a bad look for all of them. I'm telling you, they're gonna get them all out of here the very first time the shit happens. But
Well, hopefully not, man. Like I said, these cats. I know you was saying the shit too about like motherfuckers, um, uh, consultations and all that other shit or whatever, bro. Like I said, anything that's gray and could lead possibly end up in major legal shit, man. I stay away from it. Like I said, nigga, that's why I was so long before I even started fucking with super chats and cash apps and all that other shit, man. I had to make sure and make sure I had an understanding of the tax law before I even start what I'm saying, fucking with the money aspect of this shit, and stuff like that, man. Because like you said, this shit gets crazy quick, bro. That's all I can say. I'm trying to crash course learn this YouTube shit, especially like you said, all these crazy ass niggas around here, bro. Like, bro, you'll
I
be
just got
37 different ways.
yeah, man, just strict policy, man. Just your ass is up to some crazy shit. I can't bring you on, and I'm not gonna bring your ass around. Period. Nope. Motherfuckers bring up too much shit, and if you can't up trying me, that's gonna be one of the worst fucking mistakes you can ever fucking make. Wait till your ass legally cross the fucking threshold and give it to your motherfucking ass. Yeah, man, but that's just the way it is, man. It's just that I don't think a manosphere can create failed men. I think they're already failed and damaged before they fucking get here.
Almost
I
definitely.
think the
There's no way you could
manosphere
blame it.
it's like a fucking finishing school for failed fuck niggas who already want to be that.
Yeah, there's no way you can
Yeah.
blame this on. You can't blame this on the fucking space, bro. Come on, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like I said, you're a genius, or you're this upstanding fucking citizen and model man, but because you listen to some niggas talk on the internet, now you're a failure and you're just you know what I'm saying, the worst thing ever and a menace to society. Come on, stop it, man. Stop, bro.
Could you imagine a motherfucker listening to RBR and all of a sudden they just off on some RBR shit? Like, nah, man, it don't work that
Nah,
way.
yeah, you was already there, bro. If you RBR Junior, nigga, you was definitely already there. You are
Yeah, so
already there.
it's like, man, it's like every time you hear this shit, it's kind of like this. This is what I would like. I'm not gonna create it, but let me give you a little nudge, little feller. This is what I want to see. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. That shit don't fucking work that way. Like, they don't understand that, dude. Like, most of the shit has already been said. What can be said has already been said by now, anyway. So it's like, dude, right now, it's the practicing time. What the fuck you gonna do when this computer off? That's what's up. Like, what are you gonna do now? Like, you got these, Biden about to fall out of this fucking economy. They're gonna start kicking these motherfuckers out of these apartments and shit. What the fuck you gonna do now?
Hey, that's how. Hey, I've been telling motherfuckers for I don't know how long, man. But at least what summertime. Hey, man, you need to be getting strapped up. You need to be getting licensed up, and y'all need to be prepared for this because this right here, bro. Like they said, this is gonna be 2008 is gonna be nothing compared to 2021, bro.
No,
You're gonna have
nothing.
people not only like you said, people losing houses, man, but literally people getting evicted from rent, nigga. Like I don't think people understand, and it's when a motherfucker is forced out on the streets to this level, bruh. If you don't think somebody's gonna be
Oh yeah,
they already had an increase in carjackings, man. I think it was in Baltimore and somewhere else here recently, bro. Like all within the last 2 months, carjackings have skyrocketed like crazy. Like when's the last time you even heard about somebody getting carjacked, right? That was some shit that went on in like the 90s.
yeah, 90 shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, so now it's 2020, and you back to the point where, they are robbing not only people, bro, they're robbing targeting Amazon Prime trucks and the post office trucks, nigga.
What?
Post office, real shit. Not lying. Google it. Google it. I ain't making this shit up, man. And again, so nigga, if they gonna rob the federal government, nigga, and Amazon, what the hell you think they gonna do to your ass? For they
Yeah,
these
man.
dudes, this ain't no fear. It's not fear mongering, man. I'm just saying you guys need to be prepared, bro. For real, for real. Seriously.
Yeah, yeah, because in Mississippi, man, the motherfuckers are following your ass home from Walmart. Yeah,
Yeah, man. That too. That Shout out to MOT, man. Listen, bro. That's why I tell y'all all this stuff or whatever. Man, I don't just get on here to talk, bro. You guys have to, it's ways for you to do this to increase your situational awareness and to learn just like little things, like if somebody's following you, or some don't look right or don't seem right, bro. You know what I mean? It's telling you, bro. There's just a lot of things you can do to make yourself as inconspicuous as possible and not make yourself a target, and to look at people that are looking out for other things, man. Like I said, so for some people it's just a gift, but it is a skill that you can develop. And coming up here soon, bro, you really gonna probably need that skill. Again, I'm not saying this. Like I said, these are economists that are well, way more qualified and know way much more than I do. But man, at the level of homes that are going to be foreclosed on, and like I said, the of people that are going to be evicted from apartments now, not just people going to lose their house, man. I don't think y'all. This most important part is this damn eviction, man. From these, like, hey, you gotta get on the street, and you already know these people ain't got no jobs. So I'm just saying, man, you gotta be careful.
yeah, man. Because when I was in, I'm on my way back home now, and these industrial areas, man, you're starting to see these fucking RVs line up both sides of the fucking street
Yeah,
by these fucking truck stops. You start seeing these motherfuckers line up all over the fucking parking lot to the fucking place. So when we ain't got nowhere to fucking park over there no more. What it is, man, and I'm about to go to Portland, Monday, tomorrow, and it was the same way there.
yeah, man. Like you
Tell
said,
you, man,
people.
I'll tell you, it's getting bad. Like every time I go across Wyoming or Nebraska, you're starting to see these RVs pop up in the middle of motherfucking nowhere at these motherfucking exits, and I'm seeing the same ones there. So they must be driving 10 or 15 miles outside the city, and that's where they fucking live at. I'm starting to see these motherfucking parents with their kids at these convenience stores and Walmart parking lots. These are white people. We're not talking
Yeah, I'm
black
seeing
people.
that.
These are
Yeah, I'm
white.
seeing that too. And I'm glad you said it too. I'm seeing a big thing too of the people, with their families, don't have this, don't have that. Seeing more people trying to run that hustle or actually being, in need or whatever. But seeing the people out there actually on the corners with their kids, asking and begging for money and stuff like that. So yeah, man, like, hey, I just hope you've been being, financially responsible, man. Because if you have and you have enough, money, or you have a high enough credit to do what you need to do, man, this is gonna be your time to take advantage. Like I said, MOT done told y'all dudes that's talking about you want to get into the trucking game and all this stuff and so on and so forth, bro. I'm like, man, this will be the year of the come up. 2021 is gonna be the year to come up, man. If
Yep.
if you if you've done everything you need to do.
That's why I tell people, man, bro, you gotta clear your mind of this bullshit, man. You gotta clear your mind of it. And you can't feel responsible for it unless your ass actually is responsible for it. Shit, somebody responsible for it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, look, you gotta motherfucker get your shit together. But once you get your shit together and you keep it, you're on easy street from there on out, man. I know motherfuckers who make $25,000 a year in Mississippi and they have $150 a month mortgage and them motherfuckers are chilling.
Yeah, man. Like I
Chilling.
said, keep telling
Yeah.
them. That's the major thing, man. Like I said, man, you man, you just gotta learn how to, like you said, maneuver, and like you said, get a new perspective. And that's like I said, man, bro, MOT. I didn't even have the knowledge of it, like the most of this stuff, bro. 35 plus years old. You know what I'm saying? Tax liens and foreclosures and LLCs. You just all of these
Yeah.
these major things, bro. Like I said, that I learned from brothers. You know what I'm saying? Other brothers to tell me about this stuff that, like, I was in this whole, worker mindset. And like I said, man, brothers like you to tell you, hey, bro, this bro, you don't just need to be working, for the man, bro. You need to be taking the money and putting it towards, setting yourself free and being able to make be your own boss. That's the most important thing, man. So like I said, bro,
Oh yeah.
I don't know what I don't know I don't know what more you can give it, bro. To give you literal power, people. This ain't just money, right? It's not just money. It's not just finances. Not just economics. This is power. This is leverage. This is all the things you need in order for we're going to have in mass, or at least you know what I'm saying, enough of a core of us for us to gain that power, bro, to where we're able to be able to manipulate the system. And like I said, this year coming up, 2021, we said this is the start of it. 2020 is the start of it, right? Nobody knew what was going on with the whole, the COVID and whatnot. My bad, the the CV. But now the aftermath of it, this is your time to springboard yourself into a whole new just stratosphere, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you took all the information that you've been learning here just for this year alone. Not a lot of you guys been here longer than me. So like I said, man, I'm not gonna drop the ball on this whatsoever. I'm gonna get as much stuff as I can possibly get out of this and advance myself as far as I most possibly can, man.
Hey, man,
Coming
what I
up
want
here.
to do is more farmland, man. Right now, make some deal with some Latinos, 50-50 split, let the motherfucker live out there, get somebody to come out there and pull the shit out the fucking ground. Yeah, man. Trying to make some real deal moves, man. So that way I just want to chill the fuck out, man. You know. But it's the way it is, man. It's just that, you got a lot of people, man, who want to be on some nonsense. Tell you, man, some shit like this is probably not gonna come back around again for like another 30, 40
Oh hell
plus.
no. Oh no, hell no. Like you said, man. In just reference, I don't know. You know what I'm saying, bro. Like I said, the shit we saw in 20. I mean, my bad, in 2008, like I
2008,
said,
yeah,
2008,
yeah, yeah.
2010
Look,
time frame.
2008 to 2009.
Yeah, this shit right here is gonna be on epic proportions, bro. So again, this time around, this is gonna be on some depression level shit, man. So and the sad part about it is, um, I don't know, just the people that are going to be collateral damage. There's going to be a lot of people out here, man. You know what I mean? Doing extremely bad.
Yeah, shit. Rural Black America's gonna get fucking destroyed. Rural white America's gonna get destroyed.
Oh
So
yeah.
they ain't got no jobs down there. No, ain't no
Nope.
jobs trying to come back to no lowly educated, no public transportation. Like, dude, ain't nobody trying to put no jobs out there. That's just gone. It's just not coming back. Yeah, man. So, you got anything else, man, before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. Greatly appreciate you coming up, man. As always, bro. You got it.
All right, cool.
Holla at MOT, man. Appreciate you.
All right, cool. Hey, man, I want to thank everybody for coming through for the live stream. The Manosphere cannot create failed men. It's impossible for the Manosphere to create failed men, in my opinion. The men were already on some type of path and trajectory, and they got around the people, or they found out about the people who was going to help them be more of what they intended to be. I just don't think that because the space is here, that's what they want to do with themselves, man. Like, dude, you got to let them be them. The integrity of the space is just going to live on. It's just going to live on through different people who's actually exercise the principle of the space. And the people who want to make money and do all that other shit, they're going to do that shit. Who knows? Somebody probably replace me someday. But y'all have to understand, man. Y'all get to choose what the fuck the Manosphere is, man. Y'all get to make the choice. The audience. I can't really do that much shit. Only thing I can do is drop my content, share my perspectives, do my business shit, and keep moving, man. But y'all have already decided what y'all want to do. Only thing you have to do is make sure that your ass can live with the goddamn why. So that's all I got, man. I want to thank y'all for coming through. Thanks for the super chats, everybody. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm the man tomorrow. You guys have a really nice night.